Ethan's parents sent him to spend a few weeks with his cousin Jake in a tiny mountain town called Black Hollow, West Virginia. Now, Black Hollow isn't the kind of place you'd find on a tourist map. The town sits deep in the Appalachian Mountains. One road leads in, one road leads out, and after sunset, almost nobody goes near the forest. At first, Ethan thought it was just another small-town superstition. Every rural town seems to have one. But on his very first night there, something happened that made him question everything. After dinner, Jake's grandfather walked Ethan onto the porch. The old man pointed toward the dark pine forest behind the town. Then he said something strange. "If you ever see a red lantern moving through those woods after midnight, don't follow it." Ethan laughed. "Why would I?" The old man didn't smile. Instead, he stared into the darkness. "Because people who do usually don't come back." That answer stuck with Ethan. The next few days were normal. He and Jake spent their time fishing, hiking, and exploring old abandoned mining roads. The warning slowly faded from Ethan's mind, until the sixth night. At exactly 12:43 a.m., Ethan woke up. He wasn't sure why. His room was silent. The house was silent. But something felt wrong. Then he noticed Jake's bed. It was empty. Ethan assumed his cousin had gone downstairs. But several minutes passed. No footsteps, no voices, nothing. A bad feeling settled in his stomach. He got up and checked the hallway. The front door was cracked open. Cold mountain air drifted inside. Ethan stepped outside, and that's when he saw it. Far beyond the backyard, near the edge of the forest, a red lantern, moving, slowly, almost as if someone was carrying it between the trees. Then Ethan spotted a figure walking behind it. The figure was Jake. "Jake!" No response. "Jake!" Still nothing. Jake continued walking toward the woods as if he couldn't hear him. Ethan sprinted across the field. The lantern slipped deeper into the forest. Jake followed. By the time Ethan reached him, they were standing among the first rows of pine trees. Ethan grabbed Jake's shoulder. The second he touched him, Jake collapsed, completely unconscious. Ethan panicked. He dragged Jake away from the forest. As he did, he accidentally looked deeper between the trees, and what he saw nearly stopped his heart. There wasn't just one lantern. There were hundreds. Red lights glowing throughout the forest. And beneath every lantern stood a person, perfectly still, watching him. Ethan dragged Jake home and locked the door. The next morning, Jake remembered absolutely nothing, not a single detail. When Ethan explained what happened, Jake's family went silent. Nobody looked surprised. In fact, they looked terrified. That's when Jake's grandmother revealed something she had hidden for years. 23 years earlier, Jake had an older brother named Mason. One night, Mason followed a red lantern into the woods, and he never came home. The family searched for weeks. Police searched. Volunteers searched. Nobody ever found him, not even a trace. That night, the family stayed awake discussing what to do. Then around 2 a.m., someone knocked on the front door. 3 slow knocks. Everyone froze. Jake's father opened the door. Nobody was there. Only a red lantern sitting on the porch. And tied to the handle was a photograph. A photograph of Jake sleeping in his bedroom, taken less than an hour earlier. To be continued.